So you're struggling to communicate with people. You're having a hard time meeting friends. You feel like there's nobody in the world you can really connect with. So what do? You stay at home all day. You scroll on your phone. You play video games. But you have this sense of longing. Now, if that's you, I want to talk to you about how you can start to break that by building rapport with strangers. What's up, it's G, this word to be great. And I'm here to help you to go from feeling worthless to worthy. So let's talk about building rapport, because here's the thing. I'm sick and tired of hearing people say this all the time. I'm lonely. I can't connect with people. All my friendships are at a superficial level. Well, here's the problem. The problem is you're not trying to connect with people because you're not doing things necessary that's going to allow you to do so. But with these 3 things I'm about to share with you, it's going to help you to build rapport with strangers so you can start building those deep connections with others. The first thing is to approach people with a smile and a compliment. Now, I go to this bike club like every other Tuesday when I can. And when I go out there, it's filled with college students, alumni, people in the town. And when we're out there, you'll notice that most of the individuals out there will either talk to people with the same background with them, they have their little clique, but they don't really get to know new people. But when you go up and talk to many of them, they will all mostly say the same thing. I don't really know anybody out here on a deep level. It's kind of like superficial. We just ride bikes together. But the other day I was out there, one of the guys said to me, you know, Gene, everybody out here knows who you are. You can talk to anybody. Why is that? I say, well, the reason that is because I take the initiative to build those connections with people. See, what I like to do is walk up to somebody and say, hey, I smile at them and say, hey, I like your bike, man. That's a really nice bike. Or I like your shirt. I like your shoes. And what that allowed me to do is to start a conversation with them. And you know what people do in return? They smile and say, thank you. And then I ask them another question. Hey, are you going to school? What do you want to do in the future? And the more I ask them questions, the more I get to know those individuals. And because I take this initiative to actually go approach people, it allowed me to start building that rapport with a stranger. See, you may be somebody right now, you sit at home and you want more friends. You want to be on a deeper level with people. But if that's going to happen, you have to get out your comfort zone and start approaching people with a smile and make a compliment so you can start building a conversation with them. The second thing is to extend your hand and introduce yourself. You see, what I discovered is that when you extend your hand to shake somebody's hand and you tell them your name, what they're going to do, they're going to do the same thing to you, because now they see that you're showing interest in them. You really want to get to know them. You extend your hand, which is a risk, because they can easily just ignore you, not to extend their hand back. But that's not what most people do. They want somebody to shake their hand. They want somebody to show interest in them. And what I discovered is that the more you show interest in others, the more they'll show interest in you. So when you extend your hand to somebody, shake their hand, tell them your name, they will do the same thing in return. And that will give you an opportunity to learn more about them. You can ask them about their background, their upbringing, and they will talk to you because you have shown interest in that individual. Now, the third thing is practicing this skill, which I think is extremely important when it pertains to having the communication skills necessary to develop deep connections with people, and that is active listening. So what is active listening? Have you ever been in a conversation with somebody and you noticed that you was telling them something, and when they responded back to you, you thought to yourself, was this person even listening to me? They didn't even say anything that is even aligned with what I just talked about. Well, the reason that happened is because that person was not really listening to you. They were hearing you, thinking to themselves what they want to say next. They showed no interest into what you actually had to say. But active listening will allow you to get away from that. See, when you do active listening, what you're going to do is you're going to repeat back to the person what they said to you. For example, let's say if you ask somebody, hey, where'd you get them shoes from? They say, hey, I got those shoes at Foot Locker. They was like $62. I really like these shoes. And you say to them, so, you got those shoes at Foot Locker, they were $62, and you really like them shoes? That's cool, man. See, that's active listening. That's when you listen so intensively to somebody that you can repeat back to them verbally what they said. And when you do this, that person feel heard, that person feel that you're interested in what they said, and they also feel like that you're somebody that they can talk to. But if you like those individuals that you don't listen to nobody, you're just hearing them, you'll never be able to develop a deep connection with somebody because you're not showing any interest in what they have to say. By the way, in my book, Work to Be Great, I go in depth on active listening. And I also have an activity that you can do that will help you to start building those connections with strangers so you can build those friendships that you desire. So click the link below or hit the QR code and get my premium ebook, Work to Be Great, today. But if you use active listening, I can assure you, you'll be able to start to build those deep connections. Now, the last thing I want to say is this, because I know this is a major issue, especially if you're Gen Z or millennial. And it's that you have to realize that when you meet somebody and y'all exchange phone numbers or social media accounts, whatever you do, that communication is a two-way street. You cannot expect that person to do all the work to try to communicate with you and you don't put any effort in doing so. Because what happens in those situations, a person will get frustrated, they will feel you don't value them, they don't feel that you really want to get to know them. And see, you have to realize that when you meet people, if you want to build a deep connection with somebody, you have to remember that it's a two-way street. It doesn't matter what type of relationship it is. It could be a friendship, it could be a romantic relationship, whatever it is always a two-way street. You cannot expect other people to do all the work and you don't put any effort in. Because if you do that, that relationship will die before it even gets started. So these are my ways that will help you to start building rapport with strangers. So you can stop getting out that loneliness and start to meet people and have a connection with them where you feel that you're valuable and that person feels valuable as well because they're able to build a relationship with you. So if you're sick and tired of being lonely, staying at home, scrolling on your phone, playing video games, not really getting to meet people, I want to encourage you to take the 4 things that I shared in this video and go out and start building rapport with strangers because you are worthy to be great.